You recording? Oh, and you're just gonna edit this out?
This is for the bar in the bookcase. This is for you, Jaylen. What are you drinking?
Simple Things Pilsner. A Steel and Oak. Very nice.
So, this is your fault, really.
Yeah.
Charlie was doing a job with a friend in this, like, outskirts of town. No, in a suburb. In a suburb. And he wrote down the name of a bunch of bookstores in that area that I'd never gone to before. And I went by myself yesterday, and it was so good that we did the whole thing again today.
Yeah.
So this is 2 days worth
Of
buying.
bookstoring.
Of bookstoring, yes.
I tried to get rid of books.
Also, you can go up on your knees because, see, I'm taller, and this
Comfortable.
This
How I am.
Okay. Come over this way a little. Don't be scared.
There's books there.
Don't be shy. I don't bite. Okay, so Charlie's gonna go first with his picks.
Why don't you show me how you do it?
Okay. I'll start with this one, actually. So, Kelsey, if you're watching this, skip for the next few minutes. Because I got my friend Kelsey, well, actually Charlie got Kelsey Priest Daddy by Patricia Lockwood. This was so good. I've talked about it before. I'm not doing a very good job because typically you'd say what the book is, but they all know already.
Oh yeah, you already reviewed that, right?
Yeah. So this is going to her. She took care of her cat while we were away, and it was her birthday, so Charlie got her this.
A little gift.
Little giftsy. So, yeah.
Let's alternate, maybe?
Yeah, let's alternate. Good idea.
Okay.
Good idea.
Okay. What should I do?
So, wait. What is your relation to me?
I'm her cousin. Yeah. I am her cousin.
He is my roommate.
Yeah. We're close roommates.
Yes, we're
Very
close.
close.
We're very close roommates.
Yes.
I like that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
Where should I start?
Do you want to disclose your name or no?
I think everybody knows my name, but
Oh, okay.
kind of a big deal. I'm Charlie.
Okay, go
I'm
on.
her cousin.
Yeah.
So,
You actually got a lot.
Yeah, I got way too many. So, I got this book. I don't know.
Oh, no, you actually have this one too.
Well, you got that for me, but don't worry about it.
But I got that for you yesterday. It's good because it actually, all of this shows perfectly your reading taste and your general interests, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Like everything here, literally.
More or less.
Encapsulates.
There's not really any history.
This.
That's like philosophy. In my list is Confederacy of Dunces, which I have heard a little bit about because my last boss, said this was his favorite book. We were talking about Tom Robbins for a little bit, and then he said that if I like Tom Robbins, which I did, I only read one of his books so far, that I would really like this. And it sounded really interesting because he's this guy John Kennedy Toole who wrote it. He wrote it, and I think he killed himself. And his mom went on like a crusade to get his book published, and it became published, and it's sort of like a cult classic. So it's kind of one of those artists who had success after his death, and I guess it's supposed to be kind of funny and poignant, makes fun of America, so what's not to like?
And the bookseller also said that you're lucky.
Yeah, and I got
that
it cheap too. It was
it typically sells out quite fast whenever she gets a used copy in or she orders any.
So I just saw it, and I've been meaning to read it for a while, and it was just an easy pickup.
Meant to be. Yeah. Then I got The Story of a New Name by Elena Ferrante, and that's the second of the My Brilliant Friend quartet. And I actually got the first book at a used bookstore, so I think I'm just going to and I always see them at used bookstores, so I think I'm just going to continue on the...
The cat is causing trouble.
I think I'm just going to continue on the tradition and try and just find all of them at used bookstores, so I'm really stoked to read this. My Brilliant Friend was one of my favorite reads from 2021. I still think about Leela and Elena like I said in that video, so I'm excited to dip back in, and this one is way chunkier than the first, so
there's yogurt on his whiskers from the food.
Oh my god, there is
getting in the sink.
Oh boo.
Caught in the act.
Caught in the act.
All right.
Oh yeah. I think they're a bit older. They might be in high school / early adulthood in this one. I'm not quite sure. And I don't really want to know. Whenever the time comes and I'm in the mood to dip back in, I'll just see where the story takes us because I don't know what happens in the second or the third or the fourth. So yeah, that's the other book I got.
Another book I got was Prince, Machiavelli, super classic. I tried to read it when I was like 14 or 15 and I was not capable. It just didn't make any sense to me. It's like basically a child. So I saw it and I really like the cover.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's a nice cover, so I just
really
figured
nice.
I'd buy it and give it another go since it's a quick read.
Yeah, nice to have.
Yeah.
I have Jonathan Franzen, The Corrections, and I saw this and it was $8. And I heard CJ's review of this book and it sounded really interesting. And when I saw it in the store, thought I would give it a whirl. And it's another chunky read. So maybe this year I'll join your club and read
Chunky books?
chunky books. Yeah, because
Good
this
for
one,
you.
this one too.
Yeah, they're pretty thick.
Yeah, and I believe this one is like a family drama kind of deal. I was heavily influenced, well, entirely influenced by CJ, and I typically like what she's reading, so.
I was paralyzed with decision. The other book I got, one of the others, was Watership Down, Richard Adams. I really like Richard Adams. I read 2 of his books previously, Plague Dogs, which I think I lent to a friend and they must have stole it. It's a good, which is a great book, one of my favorite books. And I read Shardik of his as well, which is like a. It's like a fantasy book, but Watership Down is sort of his, I guess you could say like magnum opus or something. It's what he's best known for, and I've been meaning to read it for a long time, and I was actually looking for another copy of Plague Dogs since I like that book so much. I wanted to have it on the shelf, but they didn't have it. So
on our next hunt, perhaps.
Hopefully I'll find it.
And I have Boy Snow Bird by Helen Oyeyemi, the author of White is for Witching, that I read this month and totally loved. Quinky Amezi introduced me to them, and another reason why I wanted to read this one in particular is because Eva has read it and she said that the ending is interesting to say the least, so I mainly just wanted to get it so we could discuss. And I really loved the cover. I thought that was really a pretty design. And yeah, I can't wait to, I guess this year is going to be the year of Helen Oyeyemi because I'm still waiting for Opposite House and that should arrive at some point soon. So we're diving on in.
Dive on in. This book, trading in for some good books they took of mine. It's called In the Red Corner, A Journey into Cuban Boxing. And I do some amateur boxing, and the Cubans are probably the best amateur boxers in the world. And it matched the amount of credit that they gave me at the bookstore, so I figured, what the hell. I read some reviews that said it was really good, and a nice insight into Cuba in the 90s and also just Cuban boxing in general. And I read some other books that said it was not so good, so we'll
have to see.
We'll just have to see for myself. But
sorry, I didn't even say what this was about.
It's about boys,
snow, and birds.
I don't know, edit that out.
I think this has to do, it's also like a family drama. This woman marries off to this guy, and the guy brings them to a small town, and he has a daughter, so the woman becomes a stepmom, and some shit goes down.
Damn.
Period. I don't quite know.
Nice cover.
Yeah, exactly. And it's Eva approved, so that's really all I cared about. You go ahead.
Ignacia got me The Warrior Prophet by R. Scott Bakker.
That was on my solo
this is from
book
yesterday.
outing yesterday.
And it's just kind of the second book in a grand fantasy series called The Prince of Nothing.
Where is the other?
It's right here. This is the first book, The Darkness That Comes Before. It's pretty good. It's like dark fantasy.
Oh, come on. You were living for it. Come on. Don't you don't have to play cool for that.
I read it in 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. You can get excited here. Come on.
It's pretty good. Probably not what most of you guys read. Probably.
Well, you don't know that.
From Ignacia's reading taste, it's definitely different than that, but it's good. It's like the guy who wrote it studied I think, ancient languages and philosophy and stuff, so we kind of used a lot of that knowledge to write this series, and it's got a lot of weight to it. I feel like it's pretty good. I like it a lot, so I'm on the second one.
Which is, I messed up because the cover is nowhere near as nice as the edition that he has the first one in, but...
It's all right. It's the same book.
Indeed.
Nice. I like these kind of grand...
Yeah, so what do you think, would you say what your reading taste is?
I like science fiction and fantasy. I like history, and that's pretty much it.
Yes, I think you covered it.
I read some others.
I was about to be like, you have to say it in 2 words, but that's literally
I would say fantasy and history.
History, yeah.
That's pretty much the entirety of what I read. Every once in a while I branch out and read something else, but generally it's that.
Something that I give you. He read Open Water last year, and I think you really enjoyed that. And you also read Signs Preceding the End of the World.
I like pretty much every book that she gives me, but I just have so many books of my own that I want to read that I just... yeah.
Well, actually, this one I think you would really like. Joe Walton's Lent, and I was heavily... this was heavily influenced by Carolyn. This was one of her favorite books.
We're back.
Okay, we're back. There was no storage, but anyways, I was saying Lent. Carolyn brought this into visibility, and I thought it was something I wouldn't like, but then I thought better, and I thought it would be something I'd like, because apparently this is kind of similar to Piranesi in certain aspects. I saw this, and again, it was $10, and it had to come home with me, and I'm really stoked to read this. Those are all of the books that we got. Thank you to my cousin and very close roommate for doing this with me. You'll never see his face again. So
it'll be a while.
I hope you enjoy this. Bye.